How's everybody doing out there? This is the Black Effect. Man, I just want to just touch on this. This is gonna be a quick video. Cameron and Jim Jones. Everybody's recently talking about they back. Having little back and forth words. Not, I wouldn't say definitely no beef. Whatever little quarrels and that they have within the Dipset. But I want to just say this because people hear like they see this is how we judge things falsely. People will see a person who may be doing look like they have more motion going, and because you see the person who have a little bit lesser or less motion, motion meaning less business endeavors, you may see them a little less in the public eye. Because you see that person less and the other person more, you will automatically side with the other person. That's the internet for you. That's how fickle people are. That's how phony and fake people are. Because Jim Jones didn't say anything wrong. If you listen to his podcast, his response, he said that he wished him the best. He not trying. There is no hate. He said he can't even hate that Cameron went. He was cold in basketball. He could have went to the pros. Jim Jones respect like Jim Jones, the proof is in the pudding, Cameron. Jim Jones got behind you whenever when you was in school and dropped out and did whatever dumb shit you did. Jim Jones was right there behind you, fueling whatever you wanted to do. You wanted to drop out of school and become killer. You wanted to drop out of school and bust these raps. You wanted to drop out of school and sell some cracks and become gangster. That's what you wanted to do. Jim Jones obliged that and rolled for you 100%, bro. Like, we already know this. We ain't got to go through no history lesson. You know what I'm saying? So when y'all got in the rap game, you dismaced your whole career. Your whole rap career, you dismaced, man. So now you playing buddy buddy with him, which is fine, and I actually salute that. But for you to be playing buddy buddy with him and keeping Jim at some arm's length and being, like how Jim said in the song, it's high and by. That nigga say he think it's ride or die. He just basically feeling like y'all should all be close. You, Freaky Zeke, Joel Santana, Jim Jones, y'all should be close, man. Yeah, like y'all should be doing business endeavors. Y'all should be close. It shouldn't it like, and if not, that's fine. If that's just what you choose to do. If niggas don't want to be involved in rap or whatever. If Joel's want to just be, recluse and go off and get off the internet and he just want to just go live his life, y'all should still be close. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, it don't matter if a nigga want to rap or not. If Jim never wanted to rap another bar, Cameron nigga should be like, like how I am with my brother, bro. Like, nigga talk like every week. Y'all should, like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all should be like that. You would think that if you listen to these raps that y'all kick, that's why the Diplomat, y'all, that shit is diminishing in value, homie. Because we looking at it like, damn, did y'all really go through this stuff? Because I'm gonna tell you like this, man. Cameron annoys me. I love that man. I grew up on Dipset, bro. Cameron is one of my favorite rappers. Again, I can't hate. It is what it is. That's my, I grew up listening to them, but I like Jim Jones and Juelz. Juelz is actually one of my top rappers as well. But for Cameron, bro, the whole time when you came in the game, Jim Jones was behind you. Even in that horse and carriage video. Mace wasn't in the video. That was your first single. From what I heard, y'all said, from what you said, he wanted to charge you for the video. And he didn't make it. But Jim Jones was in the video. Oh, when it come to Jimmy, my name's Me Too. Because when he got the drop, I was like, Me Too. Oh, Cameron, what happened to that? Like, bro, Cameron is I don't know, bro. Like, I'm serious, Cam. I love you to death, man. But I'm not, I'm going to put, you can't keep doing too many of these antics, against your brothers and expect niggas to be riding with you, man. Now you trying to mess with, you look like an opportunist, bro. That's what you look like. And I respect the fact that you put niggas in a position, to make it. Jim Jones did. And, when he went off with balling and did his thing, you started getting in your feelings. Cause like if you since we want to talk history lessons and stuff like that, man, let's talk about, and I'm not saying Jim Jones was perfect in this relationship because everybody, like, every little thing happened amongst brothers. They could be few things here and there, little nuances. That's fine. But you don't do certain things and you don't turn your back on your brothers, bro, and then try to go off and because you got a new relationship, you didn't mend the relationship. Like, even the shit with Mendices, bro. Nigga, you Dipset. They under you. See, but I know, and I get it. Cameron felt some type of way because what Jim Jones did. But let me give you a brief history lesson before I end this video. We already know, like I said, we could start from 5H, nigga. They project building. Like I said, Cameron dropped out of school. He was cold in basketball. You saw him on Killer Season with him and Mace, nigga. He shot the winning shot and missed. The nigga Mace was mad. They all, so they all end up doing rap music. First before Cameron dropped out, he was staying with Jim Jones. You know what I'm saying? They all coming up in Harlem. Mace get the deal. He do his thing. He try to bring them up, and then some effery ensues. Some nonsense, and Mace start feeling himself a little bit too much, and he tried to charge them for the horse or you could say a misunderstanding ensued, but whatever, nigga. For a long time, they thought that Mace was just on some big boy stuff and left them in Harlem, got his deal and left them. So you had Jimmy and Cameron making this happen. Go look at Cameron old footage when Cameron was chunky, when Cameron was thick, and when he was stocky. Jim Jones was always around, and he was 100% Cameron oriented. He was a rider for his brother. You understand? Loyalty. You wanna put loyalty like Jim Jones. Sans the 50 Cent stuff, and I'm gonna get there. Aside from that, Jim Jones' loyalty is untested, bro. Like Jim, even with the 50 Cent thing, Jim Jones gets a 90 in loyalty, bro. Like, come on, man. Like, that was the only thing that's a blemish on his record. But Jim Jones, other than that, Cameron can't say Jim Jones did some disloyal stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. But he was a rider for Dipset. He was Jim Jones, like, you know how, like, I would say, people would say Freaky Zeke is the heart of Dipset. Like, how? How could Freaky Zeke be the heart? He never, Freaky Zeke ain't never really did nothing. Like, nigga, when you ain't really got no leverage, like, nigga can pull rank on you and stuff. Jim Jones had got leverage in Dipset and in his group. Like, and that's before, I'm talking before balling. Like, he is the capo. He's cap. That's why you call him the capo, right? Like, the capo, the underboss. So, like I say, man, you have them. Let's get back to the history. You had Cameron, Jim Jones. They finally, Mace got his deal, left them. They finally come out with horse and carriage. They start bubbling. You see what means the world to you. Jim Jones is all in that. Dipset start form. Even Jim Jones formed the name. Like, he had a big hand in there, walking around saying, "I'm a Harlem World diplomat." Where the bitches at? That was what they was chanting at, in a concert, and they used to chant that because they were fans of the South before, like, New York niggas really was rocking with the South, and they were pioneers in that. And so you had Cameron and them, they brainstormed and took the name from that. Jim Jones is a co-founder of Diplomats, Dipset. And so fast forward, they give it Rockefeller. Jim Jones take on every beef. Every time Cameron into it with somebody, Jim Jones into it with somebody. Whatever beef they got, he into it. However they moving, he's moving with Cameron. We saw that. Like, this isn't up for debate. It's proof. It's in the pudding. There's video footage of this. And like I said, I know behind the scenes, brothers had a little nuances and little arguments, but none of that stuff was, none of that's significant for you to turn your back on your brother. So after they start bubbling with Rockefeller, like I said, Jim Jones going there with Nas, Jay-Z, anybody who got a problem with Cameron, he in it. You had a Rucker Park situation happen. Dipset is into it with Junior Mafia. And at Rucker Park, they see each other and then stuff start getting busy. Niggas start brawling. You see Jim Jones doing what he know, going for what he know, brawling with big groups of niggas. I'm talking about brawling with big niggas. Who else do you see but Cameron walking? Initially he tries to run up and do something. A dude just push him away, and you see Cameron just fade off into the crowd. And then as Jim Jones is getting, they get the better, that group get the better of Jim Jones. He running, trying to get away. And you see Cameron just casually walking, like, hey, you don't see me. Just casually walking alongside the crowd, blended in, like, you don't see me. He left his mans out there while Jim Jones was getting busy. But Jim Jones never felt the way about that. You couldn't, and if he did, you couldn't tell, because after that, he came right back and they were doing Dipset again, and he was riding for Cameron again, like nothing even happened. He was like, what we doing? That's Jim Jones, man. Come on now. A dude leave me, I don't give a fuck who you are. You leave me and I'm brawling, and I didn't have partners do that to me in life. You think I still kick it with him? But that was his brother, bro. Like, so he forgave him. You know what I'm saying? And they kept moving. Dipset was too big. Jim Jones had a lot of things going on, so he moved with that. And you got a nigga who come in here and want to say something like, so fast forward down the line, you have the Cameron. You fucked up, bro. I'm going to tell you, like, as a leader, when this, like, yes, Jim Jones, and I'm going to get to it, when he came out on stage with 50 Cent, he was wrong. But Cameron, as a leader, you messed up, bro. You don't, first of all, this is what dissolved Dipset and what started all the turmoil. When Cameron called into the radio station, which he shouldn't have done, he should have minded his business. When he called a radio station where 50 Cent was saying that he can get any project stopped on Koch. Man, because Cameron felt like he was the king of Koch, him and Dipset, that they was running Koch. He wanted to call in. That was pride and ego. But Cameron, it's like you hadn't even, before, while he was doing that, 50 Cent and G-Unit is the hottest in the game in New York at the time, especially in New York. But in the hottest in the game, but definitely in New York. And, you need to be trying. Dipset and G-Unit would have been a lucrative run that y'all could have ran for a longer time, but you didn't want to do that. You heard Cameron talking about stuff about his, just like, man, you just had, I don't know what happened. You snapped, bro. You snapped and you went on that radio station and got into it with 50 Cent, and you thought you was going to be able to take him. Like, y'all couldn't take G-Unit at the time. That was stupid on your part. And Jim Jones and Juelz saw that. Juelz was trying to go ahead and finally get his just due. And at the height, when it was time for him to get his turn, you pulled the ego Cameron move. You pulled the Cameron and fucked everything up. Now they can't work with G-Unit. Now they at the video show looking around like, man, now they inherited a super beef. Like, that's not just a regular beef, that's a super beef, because now it's gonna be it's gonna be a street beef, and it's a rap beef that they, these are big high power people. 50 Cent was running the game. And Cameron, you wasn't as hot at the time. You wasn't as hot. You wasn't putting out, like, your time was ending. It was Juelz's time. Jim Jones was coming out his own stuff. Yeah, it was time for you had established them like you said you wanted to do, and it was time for you to let them run. But during that run, you did everything to not be a team player, bro. As a leader, you fall back, let your people eat, let your people work. Like 50 did. You didn't learn. So you go do all that on a radio station, and now Curtis, all that shit, you inherit this beef with 50 Cent now. Now 50 Cent want to smash on you. He's gone. He got a whole, he playing with you. Like 50 Cent ain't even come hit you with a link, with a back down. Like, he ain't hit you with none of that. He just hit you with some uppercuts. Ruined and sent you running, bro. And that's what killed the game. That's what killed Dipset. That's what did it. When you left your team out there on a do not disturb, you put do not disturb on your door, and you left your team out there to deal with the customers and go fight the war. That's what you did. You started something and then left them there, to go fend for themselves. That's exactly what happened in the timeline, killer. You know, this shit hurt me because, like I said, man, I got love for Cameron. I got love for Jim Jones, Dipset, Joel, all the whole Dipset, bro. I got love. And it's like seeing this happen with brothers. It's like, because like I had similar experiences with, with my friends and so-called friends and partners and people you consider to be your brothers. Like I've had these experiences. I get it. So once Cameron, he go start this beef, then just leave. He disappeared. He pulled the ninja vanish on the whole rap game. He pulled such a disappearing act where niggas was saying, it was a saying that was like, "Where's Cameron?" Remember that? They had this nigga on a milk carton, like, "Where's Cameron?" Then you see him pop up, later down the line after everything fucked up. But Jim Jones and Jewels, 50 was playing, 50 is good at manipulating people. And he got in their head. He started calling Jim Jones the boss of Dipset. Jim Jones was saying things like Cameron is on punishment, And I get what Jim Jones was coming from at that time. But to say it publicly, was where Jim Jones was going wrong, to bring this stuff public. But he tried his best not to. They all did. They tried their best not to, And then when so they come out, Jim Jones and Jewels come out on stage with 50 Cent. Jim Jones performed balling, and they come out on stage with 50, man. Yes, 50 and Cameron supposedly still beefing, even though Cameron is absentee. He's not even present. You don't know where he is. But so-called it's some filler in place. Stunt double. We supposed to still be carrying on your beef with G-Unit, and you the one started it, not even around. I never even had a problem with the nigga. I didn't even know we had problems. So that's what Jim Jones, and that's how Jim Jones and Jewels felt. They came out to keep their careers going. There's no more direction from the boss. No more direction from Cameron. Jim Jones like, well, shit, they all came out their own faction. Skull Gang, Bird Gang. They like Jim Jones led his own thing. He came out with he created something for himself. Look at what he did for Max B. He put Max B on. As much as they beef and they may not like each other, but Max B can't deny this. Jim Jones put him on the same way Cameron put him on. Yep, he sure did. You can't deny that, Big Avell. Don't try to, and when you get out, you and Jim Jones, you need to holler at Jim Jones and make up with him, bro. Like, because, and what I mean, and I ain't saying on no lovey-dovey, ain't gotta be, but just as a man, bro, understand, like, we men of honor, men of respect. You gotta understand and appreciate what people did for you. He didn't have to put you on, he didn't have to do that. He didn't have to. Like, you were just Charlie Wingate at first. I'm not saying Max B wouldn't have been who he was later with somebody else, maybe, but you didn't. It was Jim Jones and Dipset and that catapult that got you there. That knick-knack, paddywhack, give a dog a bone. That was like, Jim Jones put that all up after his video. He wanted to he wanted people to see who you were. Even though things get nuanced, like I said, people can't wait. Sometimes, like I said, Jim Jones and Jewels, they may have got impatient, but it's like, how long you supposed to wait for a nigga who's supposed to be y'all leader and and just disappear? And Cameron will say, well, my mom was going through this. Man, listen, bro. Everybody be going through something. You can't do what you did. What you did was irresponsible. You left the people, you left your brothers in the lurch and then want to come back on the back end and try to act like they was disloyal, which I get it. Like I said, I get how you could feel betrayed. You feel like that could never happen. But I bet niggas was like, man, they never thought your ass would just disappear. So with that being said, bro, like, I hope I just ran that down. I had to run this down for y'all because, like I said, I got love for Dipset. I grew up on that. And I just see this debacle. These niggas can't never just keep it cordial. Just keep it tight as brothers, bro, like, who came in the game together. You understand? And Cameron over here with Mace and Diddy and all these people. It just showed me Cameron character, bro. Cameron phony as a $2 bill, bro. He is, like, as a $3 bill, sorry. And I love for the man, but I got to call a spade, bro. I don't believe none of that stuff that nigga be saying, bro. I'm gonna keep it real. I love you, bro. But that the way you treat your people is like a very telling thing. The lies and stuff you've been caught in. The way the nigga just tried to ignore Rucker Park situation. Like, bro, get out of here, bro. Like Jim Jones, the way you just try to indirectly say this stuff instead of coming directly at Jim Jones. Like, and again, it don't have to be no public beef, but bro, you want to indirectly say stuff to the man and have the public speculating that you talking about him. That's corny as hell, nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's some corny shit. And for you, as much as you talked about Mace, like I said, your whole rap career you dissed him. Just at the end of this, y'all two making up when Mace start firing off on your ass. Like I believe that you would have still kept this stuff going if you would have still been talking clowning Mace in your interviews if he hadn't have came back and fired off and put his foot off in your ass. Cause that's what Mace did. Mace broke his foot off in Cameron's ass. Man, that stuff, them two diss track, that's back and forth y'all had. Mace smokes you, fam. Mace was like, boy, you better, boy. Mace was like, boy, this Harlem. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the blueprint. Like, he like, boy, he pull rank on your ass. And so you go over there with your tail tucked between your legs to make up with him. What Jim Jones got to do? Pull rank on you? What Jim Jones gotta? We see Jim Jones. That's why you do Jimmy like that. See, you think he can't pull rank in the public eye, but shit. At the time when you left, Jim Jones was Dipset boss. Like, I'm like 50. When you left, Jim Jones was the boss. So, and you have a time where people see him as Dipset Bird Gang boss. So not just the capo. Like when the boss get locked up, the underboss the capo stepped up. So people look at Jim Jones just as viable, bro. Don't try to sit here and act like you can little boy him. You might can do that with Jewels, but you can't do that with Jim Jones. So stop with all this indirect stuff, man. Like, and respond to your brother. You need to include your brother. Like, he got his podcast, y'all got yours. You need to, he may not like Mace and all that, but that's fine. But you can still have just as much a relationship and love with Jim Jones as you do with Mace. Don't matter, because you work in some podcast with him again. And quit with and if you don't, you ain't got to be subliminally dissing him or responding to everything. You've done enough. You've done enough to that man. There's been enough betrayal. There's been harm, pain on both ends. But it ain't been no real serious stuff like where, nigga Cameron talking about nigga Jim Jones wanted the beef behind the scenes and all this. That's just part of them. That's just at a time when beef is hiding. Nigga want to get the business, part of business. Nigga trying to come up with ideas because they see things working. I thought that was stupid, but they ended up beefing public anyway. In real life, and it didn't, and it looked silly. It looked sick. Cameron was right to deny that, but they ended up doing it anyway, and it looked silly. And you keeping it up, Cameron, and the shit looks silly now. So with that being said, man, listen, bro, killer, bro. You gotta do better as a person, bro. You say one thing and then do another. You was talking about like I ain't never have to come in the game and kiss ass and do that. You spent all this time, and I respect that. You spent all this time not schmoozing with these people. Now, because when it's convenient or you got something to market, you just go toss all integrity out the window. Now you over Diddy crib promoting pink horsepower with your fly down, with your zipper unbuttoned. Like, what the fuck? What's up with you, man? Come on, killer, bro. You got to do better, bro. And then Mace come clown your ass. And like I said, and but your fury is with Jim Jones. Like, you just got some grudge against dude, bro. You was in your fifis when when people was looking at him like the one. You was in your feelings, homie. That shit say something about you. It say that you was saying, I want to make me put my niggas in position. I don't want no pawns on the chessboard. I used to always respect that. You said on smack. I used to respect that shit. But then when niggas actually, God pulled the card and he actually like, all right, well, it's time for that. It's time for your man's time. You ain't want to sit. You ain't want to just take a seat. So with that being said, bro, it's your man, Nico B, Black Effect. Jim Jones, I got a lot of love for you, bro. Like, at the end of the day, man, keep doing your thing. If Joel's, Like, just keep doing your thing, bro. We see, what we see who the heart of Dipset was. We see that, bro. You are the lifeblood and heartbeat of Dipset, not Freaky Zeke. No, it's you. And I got, like I said, bro, I got a lot of love for niggas who got love for their brothers and who just really genuine people. You don't get too many people who try to be genuine. Like I said, and if regard Cameron bring up shit like I say he wanted us to beef and all that. Okay, well, and when you said no, did Jim Jones put you on blast? Did he go running off trying to turn I don't rock with him no more? I don't mess with Cameron. No, he didn't do that. So with that being said, it's your man Nico B, Black Effect. I'm gone.